Gentlemen that are here, Mr. Yankin Fokwa is formerly managing editor of the newspaper. I worked with Mr. Fokwa between 1995 and 2001 before we all started leaving Liberia to come on this side. He's also immediate past Deputy Managing Director for Administration of the National Port Authority. Mr. J. Guadidoba is formerly Associate Editor of the Inquirer newspaper in Monrovia. So he's a member of the Inky fraternity. This multi-talented young man behind the camera is Mr. Stephen Tucker-Gay. He's the one who did the cover illustration for this book. The tall gentleman standing there is Joseph Guanu-Batua, the second, Joe Batua Jr. And over his shoulder is Joe Batua III. So the Batuas are here in full. Dagataya, I seize this opportunity to commend you for the professional job that you have done. Your professionalism that was demonstrated in publishing this book shows that Liberia has the requisite human capital, that we Liberians are qualified, that we are competent and capable to get a job done, except that we need the support of our fellow compatriots. So let me use this opportunity to call on fellow Liberians to begin supporting one another, to engage in collaboration which will yield mutual empowerment. Because by so doing, we'll be able to create a middle class. And I need not remind anybody, I am a political scientist, I'm not an economist, but the economists, I believe, will concur with me that it is through a middle class, a formidable, a potent middle class, that our Liberian economy can be sustained. So I also seize this opportunity to call on the Liberian government to formulate prudent public policies that will yield the creation of a potent, a formidable middle class. Why? Because when the government supports its citizenry and they become economically empowered, they will be able to pay their taxes into government revenue. And through that, government will be able to generate the needed revenue so that it will undertake multiple development projects. And by undertaking those development projects, there will be more employment and a lot of people will be happy. One of the ways that government can come up with such policy is, for example, in Liberia at the moment, most of our schools, the textbooks that they use are written by foreign authors. If a legislation comes through where at least 25% of textbooks that are used in Liberian schools, colleges and universities, I author by Liberian writers, that will be a sort of not only empowerment for Liberian writers, but it will also inspire future writers, students, kids that are in school now. If they get to know that the books that they read, that they get their lesson from, were written by Liberian writers, they too, those who have the aptitude for writing will be inspired to do their best. Another way that government can empower its people is the government is undertaking construction projects. What the report I'm getting from Liberia is foreign construction companies are getting more of the contract. It shouldn't be that way. Liberian construction, Liberian engineers, Liberian construction companies should be prioritized. If a typical project is so sophisticated that they feel that Liberian construction companies don't have the equipment or the expertise, then at least 25% of the project should be subcontracted to Liberian construction companies. Let's say you have a Chinese company undertaking a road project. There are Liberian carpenters all around. Make sure it should be a requirement that at least 25% of the carpentry job is allocated, reserved for Liberian construction companies. In doing that, government will be empowering its people. So we use this occasion to call on the George Weah administration to come up with policies that will empower the Liberian people, that will create a viable, a potent, a formidable middle class in our country. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. We look forward to further cooperation with Keaton Press in future endeavor.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, let me just make a final statement about what you said. My hope is that the Liberian writers will see our operation or our company as a viable option for them, so that we will be receiving manuscripts from Liberian writers. Now, this does not mean everything that comes from a Liberian will be published. We publish books that we feel that will be valuable for the Liberian country, for the Liberian children, Liberian students, and all those who are interested in education. And we want to let Liberian writers know that they have another option, because most of their books, they find difficulties having them published by major publishers. But our company has been in operation since 1984, and we are receiving a lot of manuscripts. And we want to encourage all our Liberian writers to see us, like I said, as a viable option, so that we can publish their books for them. We are here to help you, and we look forward to hearing from you as you can get your manuscript to us. We do not promise that every book by Liberian will be published, but we'll do the best we can to make sure that your work is thoroughly evaluated for publication. And again, thank you, Joe, for letting us be in partnership with you